Good afternoon. The famous sign that tells you where we are for today's Big Match Live. It's Liverpool, last year's double winners, against Sheffield Wednesday. Well, we've had heavy rain here on Merseyside this morning, but as you can see now, the sun is out, with the pitch in excellent condition. And a good-sized crowd, in fact, the biggest in England this weekend. Well, the last week has seen Liverpool move to the top of the First Division for the first time this season. But a look at the table now, and you'll see that Arsenal have moved above them after yesterday's 4-0 win at Southampton. But as you can see, just 2 points separate the top 6 teams. So a win today will put Liverpool back on top. And joining me this afternoon, former England striker Mick Shannon. Now,
nice to be here, Ian.
Thank you. Now, you've seen both teams recently, haven't you?
That's right. I saw Liverpool last week on the plastic at QPR, and I mean, they took them apart the first 15 minutes. So much composure, and the midfield's been impressing me. You know, I mean, I think that the midfield, they've got it dead right now.
Well, everybody talks about Russian walls, you know, but you're saying to me that the midfield you feel is Liverpool's strength. Well,
I think so. I mean, McMahon's scored, I think, 11 goals this season. I mean,
yes,
he's having a tremendous season. I mean, Liverpool have always scored goals from the middle of the park, but just have a look at his record there. That's, you know, it's exceptional. I mean, they're scoring goals from there, and we know where they've got Rush, and they've got Welshie up front who can score goals. And I mean, this is a goal he scored here, a header, unbelievable, 18-yard header.
Well, as you say, he scored a lot of goals, but he won't score a better one than that. That's for sure.
That's a brilliant header, that is. I mean, but their midfield players have always scored goals. Terry McDermott, I mean, Whelan, who's subbed today, I mean, he's a bit unlucky, the lad. I mean, he always scores a lot of goals every year, but McMahon's the man in form and scoring the goals.
So, I mean, today, you feel at Liverpool, you know, we can see goals from midfield.
That's right. I mean, they're so composed, and they got such a platform to get people into the box. And midfield players are getting in there and scoring goals.
Well, I've actually seen Sheffield Wednesday as well this year. In fact, the last time they were in the city, they lost 4-0 at Everton.
That's right.
Although I thought they played quite well. And the thing about the Wednesday, I always feel, Mick, is that, you know, they'll create chances.
They'll always score goals. They're like Watford or Wimbledon. They get the ball in the box early, whether it's from a long throw in or from a free kick. They work on it, and they got big Chapman up front who's good in the air. I saw him at Forest the other week, and he scored 2 goals that day. I mean, he's very good in the air. He scored a great volley from the edge of the box that day.
And in form at the moment, 6 goals in his last 3 league matches. So, you know, he's somebody I think that Liverpool have got to watch out for today, Mick, especially, as you were saying, crosses, corner kicks, you know, free kicks. In this game against the Arsenal, remember, we had that as a live match. And you see him coming in at the back post here to nod this one in. And this, I think, is what Liverpool have got to be very careful of this afternoon, because he's great at that.
He wins a lot in the air, and he got little Marwood who flits around him, and he picks up the pieces. And they're very dangerous when they get the ball in the box.
Yeah. OK, who's going to win it?
I think Liverpool will murder them.
Murder them?
Yeah.
OK.
I'll do honest.
All right, well, I think there should be some goals. And with that, we'll hand you up to the gantry for our match commentator, Brian Moore.
Thanks a lot, Ian. Let's take our check on the teams. Liverpool, first of all, with, inevitably, Bruce Grobbelaar in goal, a back four that's recently had Mark Lawrenson playing at right back, Gillespie and Hansen, the central defenders. In midfield, we've spoken about Steve McMahon. He really is becoming a bigger influence for Liverpool by the match, and as we were saying, he's weighed in with 11 goals as a bonus this season. And talking of goals, including the Charity Shield, well, Ian Rush has scored 20 times in 20 games. That's an amazing rate. And he and Paul Walsh, then, the threat up front for Wednesday today. Wednesday, for their part, have their captain in goal, Martin Hodge. The experience at the centre of their defence comes from 33-year-old Paul Hart, and he's got 20-year-old Ian Knight alongside him, so it's quite a test here for Ian today. The only previous experience he's had at Anfield was when he played here for Barnsley Reserves. The Icelandic international, Siggy Jonsson, is in the midfield with Laurie Madden, now suspended. And up front, Lee Chapman in good scoring run with 6 in the last 3 league games, and 18-year-old David Hurst from Barnsley is up there with him. The referee, Roger Milford from Bristol. Well, as usual, a tremendous Anfield atmosphere, and one in a way that won't be too daunting for Sheffield Wednesday. They've been here twice since they came back into the First Division. Back in 1984, they won 2-0 here, and last season on New Year's Day, they drew 2-2. And with 2 draws back at Hillsborough, Liverpool, since Sheffield Wednesday got back into the top division, have yet to beat the Yorkshire club. Wednesday coming 10th in the table. Liverpool, as we know, are second. Bruce Grobbelaar with the clearance. Gary Megson. Gillespie with a header which catches Rush offside. Noticeable there, Martin Hodge, right out of his goal, taking the free kicks, becoming more and more the fashion amongst keepers. Worthington, a foul on Craig Johnston. Free kick to Liverpool. And such a bright and a breezy afternoon that Bruce feels the need for a cap. Craig Johnston, the number 5. Nixon. This is the boy Hurst, only 18 years old. Quite an investment for Sheffield Wednesday, David Hurst, only 18 years old, and he cost them £250,000 from Barnsley. Nixon trying to get the ball through to Marwood, who's as bright as a button, and one that Liverpool really will have to watch out for. And a foul by Lawrenson on him gives a free kick to Sheffield Wednesday in potentially a very dangerous position. Marwood, who operates down the left flank to good effect, but it looks as though it might be Megson with the free kick. Sterling's in there. In fact, it's played short for Marwood, hitting it in, and a shot that was way over the top there from the Icelandic youngster Siggy Jonsson. Quite an interesting character. He played in all representative sides in Iceland by the age of 17, believe it or not. 20 years old now. Howard Wilkinson found him, in fact, when he was on a youth tour with England, and they played Iceland. This is Steve Nicol. Liverpool in tremendous scoring form at the moment, 18 goals in their last 5 games. And there's no doubt at Queen's Park Rangers last Saturday, in the first 20 minutes, I think they probably played as well as I've ever seen them play. They were absolutely untouchable in 20 minutes there, scored twice, and went on to win 3-1. Rush scored inevitably one of the goals that day and has taken a bit of a jarring knock there. It's a free kick for Liverpool. And Mulvey standing over the free kick. Mulvey's kick, and taken too quickly for the referee's liking. He wanted to have a word with Paul Hart about something. So it'll be Mulvey again, although Beglin is close at hand. Playing it here for Steve McMahon. Chance to tee up a shot. Wasn't much to spare there. And now you can see why he's been on the score sheet 11 times. Does love to get in with that sort of shot. And a nice variation on the free kick there. And look at the space. But wide of the ball. Former Evertonian. Lee Chapman flicking that on. Marwood again looking to get behind them. Good work by Grobbelaar. Well, we were saying a moment ago that he could well be the man that Liverpool have to watch most closely of all. An ability to get in behind the defenders. A tremendous burst of pace there by Brian Marwood. And the cop at the moment, quite rightly, saluting Bruce Grobbelaar. Howard Wilkinson saying a little earlier in the week to me he's been a little surprised that he hasn't had a sniff of any representative honour. And Hansen in trouble, and Grobbelaar again to the rescue, and for once, and it doesn't happen often, Liverpool in defence a little bit at 6s and 7s. And Marwood again was in there. So you will watch Brian Marwood this afternoon, and so I can assure you now with the Liverpool defence. Craig Johnston. Now Rush. Just look how close Paul Hart was seeking to stick close to him. A throw to Liverpool. Only lost once at home this season, Liverpool, and that to Spurs. Rush. Foul by Lawrenson, climbing over Chapman. Nigel Worthington on international duty with Northern Ireland in Turkey this week. Lee Chapman got a bit of a buffeting from behind that time by Gillespie. Megson. This is Mulvey. Rush. Turning the ball wide here for Walsh. Quick challenge again by Worthington. Certainly these Wednesday defenders know they must challenge quickly to the likes of Walsh and Rush. Time it was Knight shuddering in the back of Rush on that occasion, and Rush in fact getting in on the back of Shelton, who's down. The game goes on, and Hansen making the break, and Mel Sterling in the end getting it back to keeper Martin Hodge. And the number 11, Gary Shelton, still down. Challenge from behind, caught it on the back of the heel. Dugout there, in the raincoat, the man who would have wanted to have been playing today, Laurie Madden, but was suspended, having been sent off at a match at Goodison Park. Well, he's a fairly influential man, the former Aston Villa fella, Gary Shelton, in the middle of the field, and so it's good news for Wednesday that at least he's able to go on. Walsh. Comes for Craig Johnston. A long cross towards Steve Nicol. He couldn't quite get up to it. And you get the feeling that this has got the movement and the makings of an exceptionally exciting game. McMahon going through. The cop has one loud voice, appealed for a penalty. The Bristol referee, Roger Milford, didn't want to know. Sterling. Chapman. McMahon. Here's Hart. Pitch is absolutely perfect. Well, this was the moment when the cop claimed a penalty. It was certainly an obstruction, and might have warranted a free kick. In the meantime, David Hurst called offside, and a free kick to Liverpool. Gillespie with the free kick. And Craig Johnston winning it in the air, and Hodge for Wednesday. Hurst header. There's Marwood coming in again, but Lawrenson closed very quickly. Gone, no score if you've just joined us. Really bright and pleasant afternoon now on Merseyside. Liverpool 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Sterling, Lee Chapman. Chapman. 27 years old next month. Stoke, and then an unhappy spell at Arsenal, Sunderland, and now at Hillsborough. Siggy Johnson to Mel Sterland. Here comes Sheffield Wednesday again. Marwood on the right, but a misunderstanding there between the two of them. Liverpool's throw. Gillespie back to Broad. Walsh with a header. And Shelton safely back to his keeper. Hanson's header for Liverpool. Won by Gary Megson. Hanson again. Steve Nicol. Steve McMahon. Switching it nicely for Johnston. Played forward again now towards Walsh, but Hart is there. Good control there by the central defender. Worthington getting it through to Megson. And here's Marwood again. Here's Hurst again, played in early, and Hanson gets the touch for Liverpool. But at the moment it was a promising break for Sheffield Wednesday, and they're competing really well here. Walsh trying to get it inside Worthington, but he's in pole position against Craig Johnson to get it back to his keeper. To Liverpool. It's always going to be a big, robust battle with the likes of Lee Chapman and Gary Gillespie. A lot of holding and pushing and shoving as they jostle for the ball. This time it's a free kick then for Liverpool, which Gary Gillespie will take. 12.5 minutes gone. It's Hanson. Craig Johnston lost his balance for a moment. Marwood, Worthington, Gillespie, and now Beglin. Here come Liverpool. 3, 4, 5 of them up, and a good, important challenge which he won by Siggy Johnson. Shelton struggling to get to that, and Gillespie. And a little bit of pushing and shoving going on there between Mulvey and Hart. And it was the determination of Gary Gillespie that won that little situation for Liverpool. Now, what will Mulvey do with the free kick? Big young Dane. And Sterland away. Steve Nicol. And a free kick to Liverpool. Now Gillespie is forward, 6'2". Walsh is a lot shorter than that, is in there. Rush is in there, a 6-footer. Craig Johnston also. And it's Paul Hart getting it away, but McMahon with the loose ball once more. Here's Gary Gillespie and Worthington, and a throw to Sheffield Wednesday. Let's get a quick comment now from Ian St John.
Well, Brian, it's been a very good opening 14 or 15 minutes, and I must say this, Sheffield Wednesday haven't come here to defend, have they? You know, they're playing with a lot of confidence, attacking well, and Brian Marwood's given Liverpool a few problems here, you know, coming in to link up with Lee Chapman.
Yeah, I quite agree. They're here to compete, and they're not lacking in confidence. As we were saying, their record here, a win and a draw since they came back to the First Division. Mind you, that win back in '84 is a constant source of embarrassment to Bruce Grobbelaar. Two terrible mistakes by Bruce led in Sheffield Wednesday that day. Here's Craig Johnston. Shelton, Mulvey. Just past the quarter of an hour mark. Still Liverpool 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Rush. Megson. Jim Beglin, who spent a part of this week with the Republic of Ireland in Poland. Marwood. Throw is going to be taken quickly by Lawrenson. McMahon is available. Hansen. Liverpool needing a win, remember, to go back to the top of the First Division. Here's Walsh. And a deflection giving Liverpool their first corner of the game. Gillespie forward again. Rush, Molby, Walsh. Steve Nicol with it. Curling in towards the near post. Gillespie didn't get a touch. Hurst, in fact, putting it away back into trouble. And just clipped off the top of Rush's head. And Walsh might yet save it. Lawrenson, a lovely dummy there on Johnson. And beating Shelton. Finds McMahon. The tackling is swift there from Wednesday. And Megson now seeking to release Marwood. And might succeed. The ball coming off Beglin. He's up there on his own at the moment. There's a bit of support coming. Held it up really well. Sterland. Marwood. And, well, an optimistic effort there by Lee Chapman. And a goal kick to Liverpool. Quickly, but Rush is even quicker. Hodge comes out and Wednesday gets the goal kick. Well, Rush in overdrive just for a moment, and suddenly it looked as though something might be on. Hodge with the goal kick. Robillard's clearance, Johnson. It's Liverpool's throw. Steve Nicol. Jim Beglin. It's Nigel Worthington. Ooh. Was in there again, Marwood making a nuisance of himself, but Liverpool comfortably get it away to Steve Nicol towards Rush, but Hart was there. The ricochet was in his favour. It was Johnson. A long sweeping ball here for the 18-year-old David Hurst, and Craig Johnston. Oh, hold over there. That's a free kick to Liverpool. He's a big strong lad, and he really bowled over Johnson, and he's getting quite a talking to from the referee. So Mark Lawrenson with a free kick. Nicol getting there before Sterland. Bit of counter Beglin. Goal kick. Great character, this fellow, Martin Hodge. He had a spell at Everton. He had some 25 games there and went on loan to Oldham and to Preston and to Gillingham. And in fact, when Howard Wilkinson bought him, he couldn't really even get a game in the Everton A side. But he's really prospered at Hillsborough. Sterland. Marwood. Holby's there for Liverpool. Now McMahon. Lawrenson. Walsh. And Shelton. Oh, that was a rash tackle there by Walsh on Nixon. Nixon, like Martin Hodge, a former Everton player, so he knows the Merseyside air pretty well. In goes Johnston, leading Sterling in the air, or rather Shelton. Liverpool's throw, coming up to halfway through the first half. Shelton, or Mixon rather. Hurst to Mixon. Now McMahon getting it back from Walsh. That's behind Steve Nicol. Beglin. Now Hansen. Craig Johnston. Across towards Steve Nicol, just nicked away by the fullback Sterland. Beglin getting it into Nicol. Can Mulvey blast one in here? Trying to get a 1-2 going with Walsh. Gillespie. Nicol. The flag is up. So the man who's on his way to Juventus of Italy next season was denied. Ian Rush. He's learning Italian, and he says he feels that the team talks out there might be difficult for him to understand, but he said with a wicked smile, mind you, the team talks here with Kenny, and his broad Scottish accent aren't always easy to understand. Well, whatever those team talks, they seem to work. Liverpool second in the table. A win here today will take them back to the top. A draw is enough to keep Arsenal on top. Exum. Here's Johnston. Hansen. Johnston made a good run, but Worthington had gone with him. There's young Ian Knight getting it away. It's a Liverpool throw. And again. Walsh. Olby. That's a free kick. Hart brings him down. My feeling was that Olby made it look a little worse than it was, but there's a couple of times that Paul Hart, big strong-minded defender, is close to getting into trouble with the referee. Nicol in a bit of space, except that Marwood now closed it down. Shelton and Rush. There are plenty of blue and white shirts there, but they're making a right feast of getting that away. Marwood getting it towards Johnson, and the ball out of play again. And so Liverpool now continue to push Sheffield Wednesday back. Hansen, but still 0-0. Gillespie. Giving it straight to Lawrenson. Johnson. Pulled back, across the goal, and just behind, Nichol's shot ricocheting off the Wednesday defender, the closest they've been to a goal yet, and a corner. Well, starting with this ricochet, which suddenly put Craig Johnson in the clear, and Beglin with a shot, tipped away well. So plenty of activity then around that Wednesday goal. Now Mulby. Johnson away. Rush winning it in the air from Hart. And Hodge releasing Worthington. Grovelar out. Well, Grovelar hitting it straight to Siggy Johnson. Hurst getting it forward to Marwood. Swift and a firm challenge by Gillespie. A throw to Wednesday. Mixon towards Lee Chapman. It was a good header of the ball, but on that occasion it goes straight to Grovelar. After this one, and Grovelar a long way out. Flag up for an offside. Beglin's header. Knight's getting it forward. Marwood is onside. And Grovelar, timely dive there as Hurst, Mixon and Chapman were coming in, and Liverpool looking to the linesman, feeling that Marwood might have been offside, but the flag stayed down. Sterling. Johnson. And Nichol tidying up this time for Liverpool. Bruce Grovelar still having a word or two at long range with the linesman, who he felt should have had a flag up a moment ago when the Sheffield Wednesday number 7 appeared to be offside. Hansen. The flag stays down again, but Walsh won't prevent it going across for the goal kick. Walsh, who's still got that left wrist that he broke, giving him a bit of trouble. In fact, it was noticeable that Kenny Dalglish had to go to the referee about an hour before the start, just to clear that it was okay in the referee's mind for him to play, that it didn't constitute a danger for other players. Hansen. It's a Liverpool throw. So with half an hour gone, 0-0 is the score still. Sterling. Good throw of the ball, Grovelar. A perfect throw for the man who was his roommate, Craig Johnson. Rush. It'll come from McMahon. Good timely challenge there by Hart. Stoland to Mixon. Well, Hurst will struggle to get to that. Hansen now for Liverpool. Gillespie. Nicol keeping it in. Knight just nodding it away. Hansen. Hansen. Hart with a header that only finds Rush. And Siggy Jonsson bringing it away now. I think it's Sterling who's down injured for Sheffield Wednesday. And it might be a good moment to bring in Ian St John for another comment. It's a real battle for supremacy now, Ian.
Well, it certainly is, Brian, and I must say all credit to Sheffield Wednesday, because we were saying before the game about how Liverpool's strength in midfield might be too much for them, but you know, Mick and I are sitting here admiring the way that the Wednesday boys are closing down in midfield, and we haven't seen much of Mulvey really. McMahon's had a couple of shots, but not an awful lot of him either, and we certainly haven't seen much of Paul Walsh up front and Ian Rush. So the Wednesday really are playing very, very well at the moment. They're stopping Liverpool from getting a supply of ball up to the two strikers. So, you know, at this stage they're very much in the game, and they're also causing Liverpool one or two problems. The linesman on the far side has come out for a bit of stick here, because I think the fans think he's a bit slow to get his flag up for the offsides. But Liverpool have got to be careful, because the Wednesday are looking to catch him flat and get little Marwood in behind him.
Well, as you saw, Mel Sterling is okay. In fact, well enough now to come up with number 2 to take this throw for Sheffield Wednesday. Shelton. Now there could be a break on. If Mulvey can hit the right ball. McMahon has gone forward. Gillespie's gone galloping into a space as well. Here's Craig Johnston. But Wednesday, with great discipline, have got a lot of people back. Walsh, though, played in towards Gillespie. It'll come in the end for Steve Nicol. Crossed again towards Johnston. Walsh is in there too. And Jonsson gets it away for Wednesday. Jonsson. Well, there's no doubt Wednesday are battling really well. Needless to say, Howard Wilkinson, their manager, had a full report on Liverpool's form. I said, what does it say? He said, the usual thing. He said, don't go. Well, they've come here, and that's not Howard Wilkinson, I can tell you, but they are battling really well. But now, there could be a problem as Mulvey comes forward. Lawrenson. Liverpool a little annoyed with Megson for not getting back 10 yards quickly, holding up the taking of the free kick, and it wasn't a rude sign that Jan Mulvey showed the referee, but merely to say that's twice he's done it. Well, now Sheffield Wednesday face what could be a blockbuster from Mulvey. Hits it into the wall, but Hodge prevents it from going for the corner. Towards Rush. Fleming Ball said one voice there, and I think Ian Knight faces a booking for having picked the ball up to delay the taking of the free kick. He's only 20 years old, a 6-footer, and in fact he could well have become an England basketball player, previously with Barnsley. But is in the book, and Beglin with the free kick. Mulvey, a short one for Lawrenson. Just in low, Shelton can get it away for Wednesday. And Chapman might have done a bit more, but in fact, he wins the free kick. There's been a certain amount of pressure on that Wednesday defence, but in fairness, they have looked pretty comfortable. Paul Hart towards Lee Chapman, and a goal kick. As they come to this game, Sheffield Wednesday have lost fewer games this season than Liverpool. They've lost 3, Liverpool have lost 4. Mulvey, a lovely ball there, but Worthington saw the danger so quickly. It came from Craig Johnston. Knight gets it back. Composure there from the 20-year-old with Ian Rush breathing down his neck. Harwood's pass falling only for Beglin. And a little lucky to get a ricochet, but can he keep it in play? Indeed he can. The flag has stayed down. Good work here by Beglin. He's got Walsh waiting in the middle, but Hart was there for Sheffield Wednesday. Mulvey. No, it was Siggy Johnson who gets Marwood here. Hasn't got him away yet. No, Hansen was on him like a hawk. But it's a throw to Wednesday. Sterland. 7 minutes to go to half-time now. Still 0-0. Rush trying to release McMahon. Lawrenson. Now there's some space for Johnston. Towards Walsh. And again, Knight did well. Foul that time by Gillespie on Chapman, providing Sheffield Wednesday with the free kick. Gary Shelton with it. Quite easily away by McMahon. Well, it was a handball, and it clearly was a handball by Shelton, but it looked totally accidental to me. Free kick though to Liverpool. Walsh went over Worthington's head. But look at Marwood back here. Chapman, Gillespie. 5 minutes to the interval now, still 0-0. Lawrenson. Walsh. Exon snapping at him. But look at Walsh. And he's brought down, and a free kick given. Such a slippery young customer, and he's got such a lot of pace. Nixon had 2 goes at him, and he hurdled both of them, but he couldn't escape Worthington. And so Craig Johnston with this free kick. come to McMahon. Sensible ball played wide, very sensible indeed, and Hansen is onside. Knocked away, and Gillespie over the top. There was a real chance there for Liverpool. The ball played wide so sensibly there for Alan Hansen, and Rush couldn't quite get hold of that one there, and Gillespie sent it sailing into the cop. So Hodge with a goal kick. Again, the battle continued between Chapman and Gillespie. Knight with a header. Walsh. And Knight, very cool indeed. Into the last 3 minutes of the first half. Jackson trying to get it wide again towards Marwood. It'll be a corner for Wednesday. And with 3 minutes to half-time, it's their first corner of the game. And little Brian Marwood will take it. And all the big guns are forward. And Grobbelaar desperate to get his fist to it. McMahon. Just in again. Tipped away magnificently by Grobbelaar then. What a fabulous save from Paul Hart. What a fabulous piece of goalkeeping by Grobbelaar. Brilliant reactions there, because it was a powerfully struck header from close in, and another corner then for Wednesday. Again Grobbelaar, well, he missed out on that one, but there was a foul on him, a little push. Well, this was the save of the game, because Chapman it was who dispossessed him. A really great header there. Shelton. Hurst. Worthington. Hansen. Rush. Mulby. Offside. So the last minute of the first half. Paul Hart with the free kick. Well, it's hard to decipher, to be honest, who's fouling who on those situations, Gillespie or Chapman, but on this occasion it went Liverpool's way. Always terribly difficult, those decisions for referees. Beglin, the flag is up. They've played a really disciplined game, the Wednesday defenders. It's a dangerous game, the offside game, but they've played it extremely well. Hansen's header. Johnson playing time added on now. Marwood. Sterland getting to the byline. Hansen getting it away, and it's another corner for Wednesday. Played 30 seconds of time added on for injuries at the end of the first half. Marwood's corner. Grobbelaar again getting there, and again failing to get to it. So many big men at that near post, it does make it so difficult for the Liverpool keeper. Well, that's easier. And that's a good throw too. And here's Walsh in full stride. But a poor pass. Straight to Hart and now to Hurst. As the half-time whistle goes. Goalless. Bad miss by Gary Gillespie just before half-time that would have put Liverpool into the lead. But equally a brilliant save by Bruce Grobbelaar from Hart's header that could have snatched one for Wednesday just before the interval. Well, we'll take a break and then we shall get the views of Ian St John and Mick Shannon. At Anfield then, it's Liverpool 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0.
Well, welcome back to Anfield, where we've been entertained, Michael, I think, by a terrific little game.
That's right. I mean, Sheffield Wednesday have surprised me. They've competed in every department, and they've played very well. I saw them against Cloughie's mob the other week, and they were dreadful. That's why I thought they'd get beat today. But they've obviously done their homework. They're shutting down in the middle of the park, and little Marwood's causing all sorts of problems up front.
Well, he certainly is. I mean, I've watched him recently as well, and I wasn't as confident as you that they would get annihilated here, because I think they're too well organised to get annihilated. And you're right enough about them, you know, being organised, and certainly in the middle of the park, they're closing Liverpool down. And almost, as you were saying there, little Marwood almost sneaked a goal early on in the game, didn't he?
Well, that's right. I mean, he obviously just stayed onside here, and he's got in behind people, and a great save by Bruce Grobbelaar, who made a great save a bit later on. But he was dead unlucky there. If he knocked it a bit wider, it was just a tap in for him. They've done well. They've competed in every department, and I thought at the back, when I saw them the other week, at the back I thought they were very vulnerable, but they've closed down, and they've made Liverpool kick these long straight balls. And Big Harty, who must be 95, he's older than me. You know, he's been heading the ball, clearing the ball, and he's been quite comfortable. There's only a couple of times when Liverpool got round the back that they've been in trouble.
Well, in fact, the best chance Liverpool created actually was when, you know, defenders were up.
Well, it was a great ball here from McMahon, who we were talking about earlier on. A great early ball in, angled ball again, and he got in here with bags of time, and a bit of composure here from Hansen.
Which you would always expect from Alan Hansen.
That's
anyway.
right. Great save from the keeper, and poor Gary Gillespie's on his wrong foot, bless him, and he's a defender, and he's ballooned it over the bar. I've done it a million times. It's easy from where we're sat, isn't it?
Always looks easy from up here.
That's right.
But that, you know, there you are. That's the, you know, the Liverpool defenders. We haven't seen an awful lot of Paul Walsh's at hand. I'm a bit disappointed.
I'm a bit disappointed. He hasn't got hold of the ball. I mean, his first touch, his ball's getting away from him, and the big defenders are getting a toe to it, and they're not getting started. What I'm disappointed most of all, nobody's going by anybody. You know, I'd like to see someone get the ball and run at someone and put them out the game. And I think then it will open up for them. You know, somebody's got to start beating a player. Otherwise, you know, we're going to be playing in front of people all the time, and we're not going to commit anyone and make chances.
Well, I think actually down the right-hand side, you know, Johnson's getting a little bit of room.
Yeah.
And I think, if anything, he's the man that's got to do that. But just before half-time, you know, we're talking about Liverpool attacking. We're a little bit lucky because Paul Hart's header brought another great save from Bruce Grobbelaar. One of those instinctive jobs, wasn't it?
This is it. I mean, he's done well here. The front players have worked tremendously hard. Chapman's done great here. Early ball, and Harty was up for a corner just before, and what a reflex save that is. I mean, absolute brilliant save. I mean, that's what keeps teams in the match, isn't it?
Yeah, they're working very hard. The only thing I would say about Sheffield Wednesday, they're working so hard that, you know,
will they last? Will they last another 45 minutes?
Okay.
I mean, if they tire and Liverpool start to get in.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that after the break, Mick. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Well, welcome back to Anfield. Now, Mick, I think Liverpool might have been a bit aggrieved that they never got a penalty kick in the first half when Steve McMahon was going through and got pulled down.
That's right. It was early on in the game, but from where I was, it definitely looked a penalty. And I think from behind here, I think that for me, like, he's gone through here and he's just lunged at him. Yes. I mean, he hasn't played the ball at all, and for me, it had to be a penalty. But they've got away with it, and they've deserved a bit of luck. They've had a right crack, Sheffield Wednesday.
Okay, and we should look forward really to another exciting half.
That's right. Oh, I think it's got to be a good half, isn't it? I think it's got to get better. From Liverpool's point of view.
Okay. And with that, okay, it's back up to the gantry and our commentator, Brian Moore.
Thanks, Ian. So Sheffield Wednesday then will get the second half underway. Attacking now, the goal to our right. Referee just checking with both his linesmen, and away we go. Wellington. Johnston, 0-0 the score. Nigel Worthington. All left foot and a bit of experience at Notts County behind him, trying to get David Hurst away. And a throw to Sheffield Wednesday. Worthington looks as though he might be lining up. Good long one. No, he changed his mind. Marwood getting it back. Worthington's cross in. Gillespie away. Mulvey feeding Nicol. Coming off Siggy Jonsson. Must be fair to Siggy Jonsson. I think he caught both Mick Shannon and myself out, because in fact it was Siggy Jonsson's cross that led to that Paul Hart header, and not Lee Chapman as we thought. There is Lee Chapman. I must say they're absolutely identical, and having had a week where I did a commentary with two Yugoslav identical twin brothers in the side, it really for a commentator has not been my week. Well, here's Nigel Worthington, easily recognisable, and Craig Johnston too, getting it back to his keeper Bruce Grobbelaar. So it was Siggy's cross that led to that great chance and that great save from Bruce Grobbelaar. Yes, the lad from Iceland, 20 years old. Walsh being pursued by Paul Hart. Nicol. Once again, throwing himself, the 33-year-old, in front of that challenge from Nicol. The free kick already taken. Beglin. And now Shelton. Bexon. Sterland finding Jonsson. Well, seeking to get Marwood on his way. The flag has stayed down, and Marwood again is in behind them towards the byline. This could be trouble for Liverpool. A cross coming in towards the far side, and Grobbelaar just getting the crucial touch. Well, both Hurst and Chapman were a real menace at the far post. Very important touch that by Grobbelaar. Now Rush. Touch from McMahon. Nexon to Sterland. Whacking the ball forward again seeking to get Marwood on his way. At that time, Beglin's challenge puts the ball into touch. The clock thought that should be a Liverpool throw, but the throw is given Wednesday's way. And Mel Sterland, the fullback, will take it. Chapman very active, Hansen very cool, conceding the corner. And Hansen's 10th season at Liverpool. And here's this dangerous little customer, Brian Marwood, with the corner for Sheffield Wednesday. A flick on again, it's Beglin's header away. Jonsson trying to get it through once more. Craig Johnston, a lovely ball by Johnston. And now here comes McMahon. Into Mulvey, into Rush. Hodge has come halfway out. And on the far side is Nicol. Pulled it back again, but the crisis is over for Wednesday, which appeared to be looming once Hodge came plunging out of his goal. And Rush managed to chip in. So a lively enough opening to the second half. Hurst with a header for Sheffield Wednesday. David Hurst again, but a foul given. This young man really is an investment in the future for Sheffield Wednesday. £250,000 at the age of 18, the number 10. He had a bit of a bad knock in his last season in Barnsley, and I think in Howard Wilkinson's mind, it still really hasn't got it out of his mind yet, and really as yet is not playing as well as he can. That's a free kick to Liverpool. Lawrenson with it. Johnson. It's a Liverpool throw. Mulby. Lovely scores by Mulby. Sadly for Liverpool, Nicol couldn't quite get hold of it. And here are Wednesday with Shelton. The ball played in for Mixon. Hurst is away on the far side. There was a foul down below us and the referee decided the play should go on. So Hurst. And it was just beyond the reach of Chapman. Goal kick then to Liverpool. And Bruce Grobbelaar will take it. Knight. Worthington back to Hodge. Jump by Hansen. One by Johnson to Johnston. And now Lawrenson. Arm. Rush was so quick in there. Hart was thinking about the back pass. Had to change his mind. That's Worthington's long clearance. Just gets to Grobbelaar in time. Beglin. Space here for Hansen. A lot of activity up ahead of him. People trying to make themselves available, but the defending has been good as well by Wednesday. Walsh. Of course, every First Division side works so hard on the training field, but I think none work harder than Wednesday, so their stamina is of the highest level. They might well be able to keep this hustling going right through the 90 minutes. And Sterland. Free kick again taken by their skipper way outside the penalty area. Johnson trying to touch it through towards Megson. Chapman. Sterland. Marwood. He's got a corner. Hart's coming forward. We've got Chapman at the near post, Hart also, Megson in there too, Sterland and Hurst, and just outside the box, Shelton and Johnson. So there are plenty forward. A flick on again, and well, Gary Megson was right in there, but the ball eventually came off Lawrenson, who was marking him so tightly, and so it'll be another corner for Wednesday. Those little flick-ons from the near post can be so devastating, and they've certainly got the big men at the near post to provide that sort of service for people flying in behind them. Again, Lee Chapman there, and Paul Hart, but Gillespie was there first. Here's Siggy Johnson to Marwood again for Sheffield Wednesday. Still 0-0. Johnson. Chapman getting it down for Sterland. Just again there, Hart is right in there once more. Marwood teeing up a shot, and Liverpool glad to get that one away. Only Rush is up at the moment. Sterland gets it back. And there's Martin Hodge doing a Grobbelaar. Gillespie getting it back again, and Hodge needs to retreat now, particularly if Walsh can keep this in play, but he can't. So 10 minutes of the second half gone. Liverpool 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Gillespie. Could be heading for a real cliffhanger here now. And remember, Wednesday do have this very good record against Liverpool. A win and a draw here since they came back to the First Division. And now Rush. Hodge half came, but Rush is there. He took his eye off it just for a moment. That was so unlike Rush. And in fact, it was some good keeping by Hodge. He came out and forced Rush to take the initiative. At the other end and offside. In fact, we really have seen some excellent goalkeeping here today. And they always talk about goalkeepers being a bit crazy. This fellow is from time to time, but he went for 5 seasons without so much as missing a single game, and then he was injured, of course, in the Charity Shield. And at the other end, Martin Hodge has not missed a single game for Sheffield Wednesday in League or Cup since he joined them in September 1983. Amazing record of 2 amazing characters. I say they have to be a little bit crazy, but they have to be pretty consistent too. Hansen. Stoland. Johnson beating McMahon, releasing Marwood. Lee Chapman's waiting in the middle, and there he is! Lee Chapman, and Wednesday in the lead. Marwood, the architect again, as we felt he would be. A deflection that made it inviting for Lee Chapman, and there was nothing Grobbelaar could do about that. The travelling Wednesday fans are filled with delight at the sight of Lee Chapman putting their side into the lead. What a run of goals he's had. 6 in the last 3 league games, a 2, a 2 and a 2, and now a vital one here at Anfield. Beglin, play on, said the referee, and Rush, and it's 1-1! What an amazing twist to a thoroughly enjoyable game. The Liverpool manager shows some relief as the man who scores and scores and scores again, Ian Rush, makes it 1-1. Again a deflection in the defence and a walloping finish. 21 games, 21 goals. That is devastating. And what a game now. Two goals in a minute, 1-1 the score, and the temperature's gone up now, and the noise level too. Chapman. Champions, say the Kop, and a tremendous vibrant comeback by them. Brian Clough's got a saying is when you go a goal up, the first thing to do is to make sure you get the next tackle in. Well, Wednesday didn't do that, and Liverpool punished them for it. Hansen. Chapman. Johnson. Worthington. In goes McMahon. Worthington. Johnson. Worthington. Here are Wednesday. Really dogged. Worthington again. And finally Grobbelaar. Lawrenson to Rush. Shelton. Johnson. Chapman. Gillespie giving it away, and Marwood fractionally offside. Certainly the referee's giving this game every chance. They didn't want to hold it up. Liverpool were comfortably in possession, and although there was an offside, he preferred to keep the game moving. Hansen. Marwood. Now Walsh, full of running, but Knight is there. Free kick given to Wednesday. Foul by Paul Walsh. Chapman, Marwood. Free kick to Wednesday. So Worthington lining this one up. Hart's in there. Could well be the target, Paul Hart, and indeed he is. He got the flick on. Hurst is in there too, and Beglin gets it away. Shelton, Sterland, Beglin, a foul on the fallen Marwood. And so a chance for Wednesday to cause more problems in that Liverpool penalty area. 18 minutes of the second half gone, 1-1 the score. Marwood with the free kick, floated in. Shelton holding off Johnston, and Worthington riding his luck. In the end, finding David Hurst. This is a good run by the youngster, and he gets a corner. There's a bit of aggression in that run. Shelton putting it back into the arms of Grobbelaar. The game moving at a constantly high pace now. Beglin. Hansen. Johnston. There's McMahon. Worthington's gone across there. Discarded the thought about a pass back because Rush was in the way. And now Marwood. There's a good break here for Sheffield Wednesday. Comes to Siggy Johnson, over the top. Well, the game has certainly stepped up a bit now, Ian St John.
Well, stepped up, I think it's boiling, you know. Mick and I are really enjoying this one, and certainly the Wednesday, you know, are going flat out to try and get the winner. And the thing is this, Brian, it may well be, if they do, it could be the first game where Ian Rush has scored and Liverpool have lost. Who knows?
Yes, that lovely old chestnut of a statistic that Ian's reminded me of again. But when Ian Rush scores, Liverpool never lose. And that has happened on no fewer than 133 occasions. Free kick to Liverpool. 20 minutes of the second half gone. Lee Chapman after 57 minutes, and a matter of seconds later, Ian Rush, his 21st goal of the season. What a treat Italian football fans have in store for them, and what a loss to our game here. Unless you're a defender facing Liverpool, as Wednesday are now, but straight through to Martin Hodge. Playing for a handball. The referee said no. The flag was up for an offside against Hurst. The referee played on, and Sterling will get it back to his skipper. Back by Nicol. Through the second half now, the score still at 1-1. Here's Gary Gillespie for Liverpool. Lawrenson has made some space on the far side. And an obstruction by Hurst. And a free kick for Liverpool. Deep one, Hodge coming for it, a good safe catch. And Hodge in turn trying to find Johnson. He does look quite a player, Siggy Johnson. I know the feeling of the Sheffield Wednesday manager is that he should dominate a little more than he does. And there's his look-alike Lee Chapman, in for Siggy Johnson. Stopped that time by Lawrence. McMahon now for Liverpool. Wide for Craig Johnston. Rush, Walsh, Nicol in the middle. And Mulby. To Rush. They claim a handball by Rush. The Yorkshire Voices as one proclaimed it, and the referee agreed. Sterling, foul on Walsh. Here's Nicol. In towards Rush, Mixon. Sterling thought about the back pass again. And Hansen. Well, it must have come off the Liverpool captain. And Wednesday quickly with the throw. Marwood turned in again towards Mixon. Just for a moment, a bit of confusion in that Liverpool defence. While they were half disputing that linesman's decision. What a good throw again by Grobbelaar. Johnston. Lawrenson. Dummy by Rush. And back by Sterling. challenge there by Beglin, and a fair one according to the referee. Johnston on the far side, trying to touch it down into the path of Walsh. And a misunderstanding by Hart and Hodge that very nearly cost Sheffield Wednesday a goal as Walsh went darting in. And it'll be a corner. Paul Walsh, whose only goals this season came in a hat-trick here against Norwich City. Nicol with the corner for Liverpool. And he gets another go. Different trajectory. Lawrenson, Hansen, the flag is up. So substitution being made, Glyn Snowden coming on for Sheffield Wednesday, and they're taking off the striker David Hurst. So the 18-year-old comes off. Howard Wilkinson, the manager, down there with him. And the former Doncaster man, Glyn Snowden, is on. Going up wide on the left. Sticking with 3 up. Hansen. Worthington. Interesting there, that was Rush, the other side of Rush, where he dived in very quickly and forced Worthington in what appeared to be an error. Looked to be going for a goal kick, but it must have clipped a Liverpool player on the way. And so Wednesday get a corner. He's such a worker, Ian Rush. You tend to forget, with the 21 goals, that he's just a goal machine. You tend to forget his other work. But there is plenty of it. Here's the corner then for Sheffield Wednesday, and Grobbelaar, a good safe catch. But 16 minutes remaining. 1-1 the score. Steve Nicol on the ball then for Liverpool. Curl towards Rush. Craig Johnston coming in on the far side. That could so easily have gone off Ian Knight into his own nets, but he stayed cool, and it's a goal kick. Knight again. It's Gillespie. Snowden after him, the substitute. Sterland, now Snowden. Total commitment in this game. It's really got the feel of a cup tie now as we come to the closing stages. Rush trying to get on the end of it again. And Mulvey too. Bodies falling everywhere, no whistles. Sterland trying something that on one occasion was just a little too clever. And Liverpool get possession again. Jan Mulvey could open up the way for a shot. In fact, it was a little curler and no more than a yard wide. Well, this is not the only game going on today, of course. The latest scores in the FA Cup is being played at the moment. Bristol Rovers against Brentford postponed. Darlington 1, Mansfield 0. Northampton, who are having a great season, leading Peterborough 1-0. They were all 3 o'clock kickoffs. So those matches just going into their second half. So free kick then for Sheffield Wednesday. Gary Shilton with it. Gillespie's header away. Johnson. Megson. Worthington caught a little off balance there, helped out by Knight. play by Wednesday. Gary Mexon. Johnson. And an offside against Shelton. Sterling looking daggers at the linesman. It wasn't this man who was offside, though. It was Shelton who'd gone through on an inside left position. Walsh. Inside the last quarter of an hour, 1-1. Free kick to Liverpool. Nicol. Deep cross, rushes on the far side. Johnston flying over the bodies there, and I think may well have injured himself. Pretty spectacular that. But happily, Craig's okay again. Shelton, Exon, snowed in on the far side. So cross towards Lee Chapman, and Grobbelaar didn't get a punch in, and Shelton might finish it off, and that came in the end off the Liverpool skipper Alan Hansen. A rare Grobbelaar mistake on the afternoon. And although they got their first corner of the game a minute or so before half-time, this is now their 8th, so they've had a lot of pressure in the second half, Sheffield Wednesday. Shelton getting the better of McMahon there. Marwood playing it in, and it'll be another corner. A 9th then for Sheffield Wednesday. Liverpool, meantime, in the game have had 4. Marwood with Sheffield Wednesday's corner towards that near post again, and a foul there giving Liverpool relief. I think, Ian, it's a brave man who'd put his money on one side or the other at the moment. I'm just wondering which way you think it might go.
Well, you know, as you say, Brian, it's even Stevens at the moment. Both sides are certainly going flat out for goals, chances at either end, and it's an interesting fact here when you said that Wednesday had 9 corner kicks. You know, some teams don't get one here, so, you know, they've certainly come and decided to have a go. And, you know, the way they're playing, anything can happen, and this little fella's playing well.
Yes, Marwood, and a free kick given. And quickly taken. Mulvey. Walsh. McMahon. Caught him on the back, though. Just a little stroke of luck there for Sheffield Wednesday, because that had the makings of a devastating break. Now look at Hodge again. Look at this. How much further will he come? Well, he's found Lee Chapman. Ten minutes left. Gillespie. McMahon trying to get clear again. Hart. It's a free kick to Liverpool. Gillespie. Hansen. Certainly taking Ian St John's point, there's no sign of Sheffield Wednesday, they're offside there, no sign of Sheffield Wednesday thinking to themselves, 1-1, 10 minutes to go, let's make sure we keep hold of that. They are keeping 3, up, and often they are joined by Johnson making 4 up, so there's no doubt about it, they are here looking for a victory. Chapman getting it down, Marwood, Lawrenson, Walsh, good turn, nice play, and a fine ball for Mulvey. Rush waiting in the middle, Nicol coming up fast. And a goal kick. Free kick to Wednesday. Johnson being told to go back a yard or two. Here's again the young Icelander. Sheldon to Snowden. Johnson, Snowden. Well, he got it onto his left foot as well, which is the one he favours, but it was a terrible shot. So it'll be a goal kick. It's Hansen. Snowden after him, the substitute. Nicol to Beglin. Hart. Thought about it just for a moment to get it back again. The way was barred that time by Johnston. This is not the period of the game to take any sort of chances and make any stupid mistakes. Marwood playing well, but this will be easy for Grobbelaar. In my watch, 6 minutes, and the score remaining at 1-1. Walsh. Mulvey. Johnston. Through his legs, Mulvey. Good ground control there. And a poor ball in the end by Johnston, but lucky for him it goes straight to Hansen. So try again. That's a better one. Hansen. Look at the defenders up now. Lawrenson getting it across. It was Hart in the way that time. Again it's across by Johnston. Shelton away. Marwood. That's a good ball. Snowden. Well, Lee Chapman is the only man up in support, but can Snowden find him? No. Gillespie. So it's Liverpool's turn to come forward now. Walsh being chased out there by Hart. Getting support from Johnston. Rush waiting in the middle. McMahon is in there too. Nichols coming up. Rush offside. 5 minutes left. Oh, goodness. For a moment, Knight wasn't paying full attention. Here's Beglin. Pressure on Wednesday again. The ball is with Rush. They dare not let him free. Gillespie. Gillespie with the head. Knight. Oh, nice calm play, but maybe one or two of his defenders and maybe his manager would have preferred to have seen the ball. You can see what Nigel Worthington says. Let's get it forward so near the end. But he's done well today, Ian Knight, and Mark Smith, who's had a long reign as a centre-back for Sheffield Wednesday, just had a testimonial, can't get into the side at the moment. I think is now thinking that his future might be somewhere else other than at Hillsborough. A very good defender he is. Foul by Chapman on Mulby, a free kick for Liverpool. Chapman argues, really it's a time to get back and mark. Liverpool have pushed everybody, other than Gillespie now, into the Wednesday half of the field. There's Lawrenson on that side, and Craig Johnston, looking for the chance to get through. Was that a handball by Worthington? Well, everybody thought so, but the referee, in fact, has given a free kick to Wednesday, as he fell, no doubt, and was fouled. Worthington clearly did handle the ball, but the foul must have come just momentarily before it. Two and a half minutes. Lee Chapman with a header. Gillespie. Beglin. A long ball forward towards Walsh. It looks as though Liverpool are, even at this late stage, contemplating a substitution with just 2 minutes left now. It looks as though Ronnie Whelan's putting his tracksuit on again. Walsh. McMahon. It's Craig Johnston. Beglin. 90 seconds left. Mulby. Still 1-1. Johnston. A late crisis here for Sheffield Wednesday. But it was young Ian Knight who got an important header in, even at the expense of the corner. And now they've pushed just about everybody forward, Liverpool, including Gary Gillespie. In fact, only Steve McMahon is back. There's the long one coming in towards Lawrenson on the far side. And Rush is in there! Oh, and a terrible miss by Hansen. Well, the skipper could have won it in the dying seconds. A long, long cross. Won well there by Gillespie. Rush had his shot miraculously charged away by Hodge. And what about that? Well, at the back, Alan Hansen is a Mr. Defendable, and here he is again. At the front, maybe he should leave it to somebody else. In fact, we've had 2 central defenders for Liverpool, Gillespie just before half-time and now Hansen just before the end. Have had glorious chances, which if they'd fallen to a striker, you'd have said, well, Liverpool would have been home and dry. They didn't, and it remains 1-1. Free kick to Liverpool again. We are now playing time added on for any time-wasting injuries or what have you. A flick just over. Gillespie so close. So twice in the dying seconds of the game, the big defenders have gone forward with chances. Hansen threw his away, and Gillespie with a great climbing header. Just over. And he hasn't scored this season either, Gary Gillespie. Certainly a rousing climax. It remains 1-1. And what's this? Here's Jonsson. And now Marwood. Maybe it'll be one at the other end. Grobbelaar down. And now Johnston away. Into Mulvey. There's some defending for Wednesday to do now. Rush. And Sterling belting it into touch. The final whistle and a great climax to a thoroughly entertaining game. Lee Chapman having put Wednesday ahead after 57 minutes, and then within a matter of seconds, Ian Rush equalising for Liverpool, and chances coming and going at both ends. The Wednesday players applauding their supporters, and I hope very much it's a game you've enjoyed at home. After the break, the views of Ian St John and Mick Shannon, and a final score then here at Anfield. Liverpool 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
Welcome back to Anfield. We've just about got our breath back after that one. Now just have a look at the top of the table, and that point for Liverpool puts them in second place, so Arsenal fans will breathe a little bit easier after that one. But Michael, it really was a superb game.
Yeah, I think you've got to say well done Sheffield Wednesday. I mean, I didn't think they had a chance before the game, but they've come here and they've played, and they've given Liverpool as good as as they've got. Yeah. And I tell you what, they've always looked like scoring goals, and it was a tremendous performance. They've showed today to me that they can play. I thought they were a team that used to knock it forward and get people in the box, but they've come here today and they've played against the best team in the country.
I think they've changed their style. All credit to the manager, and I think Jim Rosenthal is down there with Howard Wilkinson.
Now then, Howard Wilkinson, people say you never smile, but well pleased, I would think, with a point here at Anfield.
Yes, pleased with the point, more pleased with the performance. Thought we played very well. First half, perhaps, didn't play as well as we should have done. I thought we had chance in the first half to go and attack them, but we weren't prepared to go ahead of the ball. But second half, after half-time, just had a word in one or two people's ears, and I was well pleased, yes.
You said to me before the game how disappointed you were. You keep drawing matches this season, but any manager who can come here and get a point from Anfield must be happy with the way things have gone.
Well, the manner of the performance was pleasing. I think we well deserved the point. Unfortunately, as you say, I think that's about the 7th withdrawn, else would have been on that monitor now in that top 3 or 4. But the performance again today was good. I think this year we've really only let ourselves down about 3 times.
You're going to go back and congratulate your team now. Thanks for joining us so quickly, Howard. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Well done, Howard. Michael, at least we got a couple of goals in the second half anyway. You know, the Chapman goal, which, you know, we were saying before the game that the big fella might get a header in, but as it happened, it wasn't a
That's
header.
right. I mean, for me, the man of the match was Marwood. I mean, he's had a great game, this lad. He's caused all sorts of problems. He's got round the back here, and he's pulled a great ball back here. A good dummy by, well, he didn't dummy. I thought he did, you know?
Michael, yeah.
That's right. But I mean, Chapman's there, and they look like scoring from every set piece. And I mean, they've always been good at that. But with the likes of Marwood getting a bit of width, it's given them that little bit extra.
But it was a jag I think that Liverpool needed, because within a minute up the other end, and it was that man Ian Rush, the goal machine. And he went again, and again, good work. We've been talking about people getting round the back.
That's right.
Beglin got there, a little bit of a deflection, but Rushy smashes that one into the roof of the net.
They just fell asleep that little bit, and I mean, straight from the kick-off, they've got in there and Liverpool scored. You can never write them off, can you?
But you know, Liverpool pressed right to the end there, and Big Hansen, the skipper, could have done it right at the death there. And you know, we were saying about defenders getting in there, and Alan will probably, you know, go home tonight thinking, dearie me, you know, I might have scored on that one. Rushy did well here, but there's Alan.
It's on his good foot, that's the thing, wasn't it, you know? I mean, if he'd been on his right foot and he slashed it over like the lad did in the first half, you'd have sort of said, oh, well, unlucky lad. But, you know, they usually stick them in.
But as you say, you know, Liverpool defenders getting in there and looking for the win.
I think Liverpool would be a little bit disappointed with the way they played today. I don't think the likes of little Walshy and Johnson did enough. They got to beat people.
Okay, from us here at Anfield, it's goodbye for now.